G'day folks and welcome to the Off-Road Adventure Show. Well, you know that the high country is home to some serious four-wheel driving, and that's exactly what we've got here. This week on the show, hopefully we conquer the Zika Spur and finish the rest of the stunning Warnangatta Drive. What do you reckon, mate? Delaney, up for it?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Also on the show this week, Caroline's checking out the stunning Kangaroo Island. Starlo and I are targeting one of the toughest fighting fish in the sea, the yellowtail kingfish. And Adrian has a ripper meal cracking on the Auspig.
From the sea to the desert mountains covered in snow, from the crisp blue sky to all the mud below. We'll take you where the fish are always on the go. Gonna show you lots of places no one else will ever know. So get out of your house, it ain't very hard. All the best adventures start in your own backyard. The Off-Road Adventure Show.
Now we've reached this part of the track where things are starting to get seriously steep. We've jumped out and had a bit of a look, had a walk, and as far as we can see it just gets steeper and keeps going. Now Jamie's towing the trailer. He's going to find the going very, very difficult. All we can do is make sure our tyre pressures are right, engage the lockers, hit low range and go for it. It's very important to communicate as the first vehicle what the others should expect. You need to pick your lines and let others know of possible dangers. Mate, I'm going to stick through the centre of this section. I think you might be better off heading out to the left.
That's where I'm heading, mate. Straight out that side. A little bit smoother for me.
Yeah, she's a bit rugged through there, but good fun.
Mate, by my map, this is telling me this is about the hardest part of the track along here.
Well, she's definitely steep and rocky, mate.
Crikey, it's bouncing through there.
Mate, this is about as steep as it gets. This is unbelievable.
Yep, I definitely know I've got a trailer on the back.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's hard going, isn't it?
Mate, that's got to be close to some of the steepest stuff I've ever driven.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, it's definitely the steepest I've ever driven with a trailer on.
This place is just insane. You know, I can just imagine how tough this might be if the weather was bad. And while the weather's been good to us, thankfully, you would always come to a place like this with a full set of recovery gear and a winch as a minimum. You know, it wouldn't take much for things to go bad here. And when they go bad, geez, I reckon it'd be real nasty. After that good surge of adrenaline, we push on to the first of many amazing high country huts. Howard Hut is located on the edge of the Howard Plains, about 80 kilometres north of Lacola in the Alpine National Park. Built around 1900, Howard Hut is one of the oldest historic mountain cattlemen's huts in the area, and it's well worth a look if you're passing by. The hut area is beautiful to say the least and is surrounded by snow gums and overlooks the headwaters of the Caledonia River and grassy plains. The camping area at Howard Hut is mostly on uneven bumpy ground, but there are a few flat spots for your tent for a good night's sleep. Remember to rug up, though, as this camp spot is over 1,500 metres above sea level, so it can snow here even in the summer. Our next stop is Guy's Hut. Guy's Hut is only a short walk from the car park and well worth a look. This is one of the most interesting mountain cattlemen's huts you'll see anywhere, and built in the traditional style with log walls and corrugated iron gable roof and stone fireplace. Can you imagine what it would have been like up here when the weather changed and you're only on horseback?
Yeah, you want a good fire in there?
Yeah, I think I'll stick to the old heated 60, mate. Let's go. It's not long before we come to the car park of one of the better looking huts in the high country, Moroka Hut. It's a bit of a walk into the hut, and when you get there, you can see why this one would have been so popular with stockmen. There's plenty of flat ground and green grass and even a water stream nearby.
Moroka Hut was built in 1946 and is still a very popular place for cross-country skiers to stop overnight.
Fourwheeldrivetrip.com.au is a brand new community-based website for like-minded four-wheel drivers to join trips or start their own trips. To find out more, go to fourwheeldrivetrip.com.au. Your next trip starts right here.
Mate, they have been some absolutely sensational huts that we've seen today.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all, is it, mate? It's a pretty unique place.
Where are we off to now?
All right, well, I think we go get camp set up for tonight at Horseyard Flat. Great little campsite. But before we do that, I've just got one more little ace up my sleeve for you.
Mate, I'm enjoying it so far, so keep them coming.
No worries. We're going to go check out the Pinnacles, which is a bit of a lookout that gives 360-degree views across the entire high country. It's something else. The Pinnacles offer some of the best views in the high country. The walk does get steep and there are a fair few stairs, but when you get to the watchtower and trig point, it's simply stunning.
How spectacular is that view? It's awesome.
Not bad, eh? You know, last time I was up here, I was talking to a bloke and he said, while this makes a fantastic lookout, the real purpose is that it's here to spot fires. There's a bloke who sits up in his cabin and all day he just sits out here looking, and he's smoke that he sees around, lightning strikes, that sort of thing, jumps on the phone, calls the fire edge, gives them the coordinates, and they jump on it.
And you can see it, 360 degrees of it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
Well, mate, I reckon camp's probably one ridge line back over there.
Well, I'm good for a coffee.
All right, let's do it. Jamie and I are nearing the end of our Victorian high country adventure, but we have just one more challenge in front of us. Billy Goat's Bluff track. It's one of the most rugged, steepest and dangerous tracks in the high country. It isn't maintained by Vic Parks and conditions can change in an instant. I can't wait. You know what, mate, I've really enjoyed checking out the huts and even the views over at the Pinnacles, but mate, Billy Goats, that's what I really came to the high country for.
Yeah, well, I've got to say, I've never done Billy Goats, and it's going to be a challenge and a half.
What blows my mind about this track, mate, is just how narrow it is. And if you get it wrong, you're in all sorts of drama.
You're saying so. That's for sure.
That is a crazy drop off, less than a metre from the other side of the car. This place is not for the faint-hearted, is it?
No, I wouldn't advise it on your first time up the Victorian high country anyway.
And I tell you what, the other thing is when I was here last time, you couldn't have had better conditions, you know. It was 30 degrees, it was a still day. Today the wind's absolutely howling in and there's every chance the weather could turn sour. So, you know, I'm more than a little bit concerned. This really steep, loose downhill stuff that you're going to find all the way down Billy Goats if you're coming down really is first gear low range stuff all the way.
She's steep going down here.
Mate, it just never stops, does it?
I was just thinking to myself before, this is the longest, steepest, hardest track I've done with the trailer.
After our slow and steady descent, we finally made it down to flat ground. Oh mate, what a rush, how good is that? Just about out of here now. Man, that's just insane.
Oh, you're not wrong. I've really enjoyed that one.
I tell you what, I will be back to do this one the other way around, going up.
Sounds like a plan.
On our way back to Dargo, we thought we'd check out one last hut in the area. Black Snake Creek is located on the Wanangata Road, about halfway between the Waterford Caravan Park and the Kingswell Bridge area, and it's a nice camping area set beside the Wanangata River. In the camping grounds you'll find the old Black Snake Creek hut and plenty of room to set up a tent in the usually very green grassy camping area. Oh mate, what a sight for sore eyes, eh?
Not wrong there.
Tell you what, I reckon we dodged the bullet with this weather.
That's for sure.
How about a schooner and a can line?
Oh, I'm starving.
Let's go.